This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 12/3/2020. This is show number 169. Nick, good morning. So, got a little bit of news here. What is going on with our employment numbers?
Yeah, well, we got the employment number out today. This was the initial weekly claims report. The number came in at 712,000 new claims. This was better than expected. The market was looking for 775,000 new claims. So the continuing claims for the week ending November 21st decreased by 569,000 to 5.2 million. The number's definitely getting better, but we still got a long way to go.
Yeah, well, it's a long slog here, as they say. Is there anything to really be encouraged about here, though?
Well, I'll tell you, if the markets can open up, there's always encouragement. You know, right now we still got a lot of lockdowns going on. We talk about that almost every day. But overall, when you look at the stock market's hanging in there really well. We have a pretty good rally on our hands today. The Russell 2000 is the strongest of the major indexes. When the Russell leads, I don't think there's a big problem.
All right. And yeah, the Russell, I was just going over the numbers last month. It was up over 18%.
That's right. And the Russell continues to pound new highs. And, we talked about the Russell back in September and October, and I said it's showing relative strength. And sure enough, now the Russell is showing real leadership here. So that's a positive. We also have seasonality in play. As you know, the holidays are upon us. So that's very, very important. Volume has been light. So right now it looks very favorable for more upside in the overall market indexes.
All right. So what about the sectors that are now leading the market? Energy and
financials.
Financials. I was going to say energy and financials now leading the market. Is that going to stay that way for a while?
Well, it may stay that way for a little longer. I mean, right now, those are good signs for the market going into the new year. So that's a big, big positive. The other positive that we haven't really talked about much was a lot of the beaten down retail names. And I'm talking stocks like Nordstrom. They were just crushed. Dillard's, that was crushed. A lot of these stocks have come back with a vengeance. And that's good to see. Even Macy's now is up, over $11. It's incredible. So we've seen some really, really good moves. And I think the market, can rally up into the end of the year.
So Macy's was like given up for dead, and now it's over 11, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Macy's was trading at one point below $5 a share. And that's ugly. When you go below $5 a share, usually you cannot be bought on margin for anybody that wants to buy the shares. So being that it's a $11 stock now, that's a real big positive.
Interesting. And you have to wonder because according to some estimates, the retail brick and mortar is going to be down close to half from last year. And yet maybe there's so many less retailers around that the ones who've managed to survive are going to do quite well.
That's a good point. It's a very, very good point. And, right now, we just want to watch the chart patterns and see when, the next retailer is going to emerge. But really good strength in a lot of the beaten down retailers. The irony here is the stocks like Costco, they've been starting to pull back. Home Depot, which has been a big winner this year, pulling back. Target starting to show signs of a pullback. Even Best Buy has been pulling back. That's been a big winner as well this year. So interesting to see the beaten down retailers starting to emerge. And a lot of the big box retailers are starting to pull back a little bit.
Pretty remarkable. So we see a sector rotation well underway. What's the best way to play sector rotations?
Well, in my opinion is you watch where money comes out of one area and starts to go into another. And that's when you jump on board, provided you get a good chart pattern set up. If you don't have that, then you really just avoid it. But what I like to see is when these stocks make these big moves, it's usually not a one-time event. What they'll do is they'll normally retrace, they'll pull back, and then you watch the support there, and that turns into the buying opportunity.
Right. Interesting the way the market works. And hey, no discussion with us would be complete without a review of gold and silver.
Yeah, so today, looking at the GLD, which is the gold ETF, that's just up 37 cents. But when you look at the gold futures, you look at gold futures, they're up $4.70. So they've been having a good little rebound. I'm not sold that this is going to be the rebound for the ages. But what I think it's just a technical bounce from an oversold condition in gold. I think we still need to do some more backing and filling first before we really get a defined bottom.
Yeah, but it's sure beginning to look a lot like 1800 is support for gold and probably 23-24 support for silver.
Well, that's certainly been defended so far. So, you can certainly say that. The one thing I will say, though, if we come back down and test it, I think gold could test 1700. I think that's a really, really big level in my book. For those of you out there that are just looking at the GLD and don't have a gold futures chart, I think you're going to look at 160 or a tag or a Pierce of 160. I think that's your next big level for gold. As for silver, little tougher to chart. Silver's had such a big run, and the pop that silver just had was really, really amazing. So I'd have to do a little bit more work on silver to give you an exact number.
All right. I think we'll leave it at that. We'll talk again on Friday, tomorrow, see what the week ahead will hold in store for us. Just go over to inthemoneystocks.com and you can follow along and see Nick's extensive trading record, the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, at Kerry Lutz. Email us kl@kerrylutz.com. Nick, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds great, Kerry. Have a great day.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago01.